Yo, what up, Super Squad? It's Jordan here from Zero to Hero Muscle, bringing you the very first installment of Zero to Hero Home Built Muscle, where I show you all of my best home exercises that you could do right in the comfort of your own home with no need for any equipment. As I always say, no weights, no gym, no problem. And most importantly, no excuses. All of these home workouts that I'm going to share with you are going to take all the excuses out of your arsenal, so you have no more excuses to say, oh, Jordan, I don't have a gym membership. Oh, Jordan, I don't have any equipment at home. I can't build muscle. I can't do this. No, you don't need any of that stuff. All you need is your own body and the right mindset. That is all you need. So we're going to kick this series off by focusing on how to build your chest at home, because frankly, the chest seems to be the muscle group that most guys are most concerned about, and really it's one of my favorites to train, so let's get right into it. Now, first things first, in order to get the maximum development and maximum growth out of your chest when you train it, you want to make sure that you're training it as effectively and efficiently as possible. So you want to be hitting it from a bunch of different angles. You don't want to just do endless and endless amounts of push-ups. No, that's not optimized training. You want to make sure you're hitting it with an incline movement, a decline movement, as well as a traditional straight-on flat movement. Because if you just go ahead and do this on your own, put your left hand over your right chest and put your arm up and bring it forward in front of you and contract. You could feel your chest start to contract. Now do the same thing straight in front of you. You feel it contract a little more. Now do it down below your waistline area and you feel it contract a little bit more. So you've got different levels of contraction with each of these movements: your incline movement, your straight on movement, and your decline movement. So you want to make sure you're hitting your chest with all those different angles. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. Let's do it. Now, for your first chest movement, you're going to hit it with some incline push-ups. This basically replicates an incline bench press. Now, all you have to do is get into position by putting your feet on an elevated surface like the edge of a couch, a chair, a table, or even just pressing them up against the wall a few feet from the ground. And basically, once you're in the proper position, all you're going to do is replicate that incline bench press and do an incline push-up. It's basically the exact same thing, except instead of moving weights through space, you're moving your body through space. It's really that simple. Now, what makes incline chest movements so great is that even though they have the least amount of contraction compared to any of the other chest movements, just like you felt a second ago when I had you go through those motions, they allow some of the greatest range of motion of any chest exercise. So you're really able to get a deep stretch in your chest and really recruit as many muscle fibers as possible to complete the motion. So while the contraction of an incline movement isn't as great as a decline or a flat movement, you're really able to get a deep stretch in your chest to, again, direct stress and tension in a different way compared to those other movements. And by being able to direct stress and tension onto your chest in these different ways is what's going to allow you to really maximize the growth out of it. All right, chest exercise number 2, decline push-ups. Now, decline movements for your chest kind of get a bad rap for some reason. People neglect them. They leave them completely out of their routine. Even at the gym, guys don't do decline bench presses or any decline movements for their chest, which I'll never understand, because going back to that example where I had you feeling the different contractions of your chest, compare them all again. The decline positioning is where you get the greatest contraction out of your chest. So by leaving decline movements out of your routine, you're leaving a lot of chest growth out on the table. So of course you want to make sure you're including at least one of each of these movements in your routine, so that you're getting each one of those different contractions in your chest, because you need that variety in order to optimize your muscle growth and frankly get the best muscle growth out of your chest. So decline push-ups, of course, these replicate decline bench presses. Now to get into position for these, all you have to do is instead of elevating your feet like in incline push-ups, you elevate your hands. So place your hands on an elevated surface like the edge of a couch, the edge of a table, just like in the last movement. You're basically just switching your body around. And once you're in the proper position, all you have to do is replicate that decline bench press and do a decline push-up. Now these can get extremely easy, extremely fast, even if you are just a beginner. So once you feel yourself start getting a little stronger and these start becoming a little easier, what you want to do is start incorporating one-handed decline push-ups. That's really going to up the ante on these and keep them challenging, which is really the only way to get your muscles to keep growing. Keep challenging them. Once those standard decline push-ups become too easy, start doing these one-handed decline push-ups. You'll see very quickly once you start doing these for yourself that they are very, very challenging. So a great way to progress into them is try to elevate your hands onto a higher surface to really get a feel for them. Use a higher table or anything like that where you can elevate your body. Also, instead of placing your feet together like you normally would in proper form, you can space your feet out further to try to make them a little bit easier on yourself. It's definitely something you're gonna have to work up to as they are extremely challenging. But the greater the challenge, the greater the reward, right? And finally, home exercise number 3 for your chest, chest flies. Now chest flies are another one of those exercises that get an extremely bad rap for some reason. Guys hate on them all the time. They leave them completely out of their routine. Why? I don't know. Because with the chest fly, you're really able to get another great stretch out of your chest that you just aren't able to with these traditional push movements. With chest flies, you're able to introduce a new application of stress and tension onto your chest because all the other movements for your chest are just push movements. You're hitting your chest with push movements just at different angles. Chest flies, you're able to get a new kind of stretch and a new kind of contraction just based on the movement alone. So you definitely want them in your routine. Now, how exactly are you supposed to replicate chest flies at home without any equipment? Easy. Let me show you. Ideally, you want a slick surface and something you could slide across that slick surface like 2 hand towels as I have here. Now what you want to do with these hand towels is place one under each hand and get into traditional push-up form. Now once you're in proper position, all you have to do is slide your hands outward as you bend your elbows, basically replicating a traditional chest fly. It's the exact same thing, but instead of moving equipment through space, you're moving your body through space. Now if you don't have a slick hardwood surface or anything like that, you can easily do these on carpet as well. You just need to find something slick you could slide across that surface, like paper plates, or you can put your hands on plastic bags, you could put them in Ziploc bags. Something you could put on or under your hands that is just slick enough in order to be able to slide across that carpet. And once you try these out for yourself, you're gonna find out very quickly that these are way more challenging than doing them in the gym with equipment like cables or dumbbells. Doing these body weight chest flies requires a significant amount of effort, which only means you're gonna build a significant amount of muscle. So make sure you do these. Now, as always, you want to make sure you do each of these exercises with proper form and perform them slow and controlled. Always keep proper form and also maintain control of the movement at all times. Don't use momentum, don't swing, and don't try to cheat your reps. Otherwise, you're cheating yourself out of muscle. Just like with any chest exercise, keep your elbows dropped and tucked close to your body during every movement. Don't flare out your elbows because you're putting stress onto other areas of your body that could lead to injury. You want to keep the stress and tension placed on your chest, so always keep tight form. Again, if you find yourself extremely struggling with any of these exercises, use foot placement to your advantage. Spreading out your feet to a wide positioning will help make the exercises a little bit easier and will allow you to build up your strength to where you gradually narrow your foot positioning, where you're able to do these exercises with your feet together. And I recommend doing about 3 sets of each exercise to failure. So try to do as many reps as you can per set for 3 sets. And there you go. Those are my top 3 home chest exercises that you could start doing immediately in the comfort of your own home without the need for any equipment. Don't let anyone try to tell you that you need a gym membership or fancy equipment in order to build muscle. You don't. You don't need any of that. And frankly, sometimes body weight exercises like these are the best way to do it, because when you do body weight exercises, you move your body through space, you recruit more muscle fibers than you do moving weights through space. They're more challenging, they require more effort. So in turn, of course, they're gonna build more muscle. Sadly, a lot of guys don't realize this, so they leave body weight exercises completely out of their routine because they're too hard, they're too difficult. But they don't understand those kinds of exercises are the best at building muscle. Each one of these movements plays a specific role in your routine because you're able to get different levels of contractions out of them, different levels of stress and tension, and different angles of directing that stress and tension onto your chest. So incorporating each one is really what's going to allow you to be able to build the biggest and best chest possible. So if you want to build a big chest at home, make sure you have each one of these 3 chest exercises in your home workout routine. It's really going to help you build that big, well-rounded chest, okay? You don't need weights, you don't need cables, you don't need any fancy equipment, you don't need a gym membership. All you need is yourself. All you need is your own body and the right mindset. With those 2 things, you can build any body you want to. All you need are the right tools to do it, and these exercises are those tools that are going to help you accomplish this. So if you liked what you learned in this free training video, go ahead and flex that like button. Make sure you leave some comments below about what you liked about it, what you'd like to see in future installments of this Zero to Hero Home Built Muscle Training series. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of these training videos coming up, okay? So until next time, I'll see you in the next training video. If you enjoyed this free training video, make sure you join my priority waitlist for my full training course to learn all my secrets to building supersized muscle right in the comfort of your own home. With no gym, no equipment, and no BS. With my Zero to Hero Home Built Muscle monthly coaching training course, designed and tailored specifically to transform hard-gaining ectomorphs from hopelessly skinny to absolutely shredded. Just click the link on your screen, enter your name and email, and you'll be all set for the next launch. It literally takes just a few seconds. So make sure you do that right now before we fill up all of our spots. Until next time, peace be with you.